Hey everyone, I'm Isabel, and if you've been following me on Instagram or watched my last video, you got a sneak peek at the black feature wall that I did in my bedroom. And today I'm sharing with you how I did it without actually painting the wall. And no, I didn't use temporary wallpaper either. My bedroom has been a work in progress for a while now. It all started with updating my upholstered headboard, which I was happy to be able to reuse. I originally built it with legs so that I wouldn't have to screw it into the wall, a big plus when you're a renter. After that, I also changed out the nightstands. One of them I got at IKEA, and the other one I designed and built using wood scraps. Another thing that I did was to change out the window treatments. I took out the vertical blinds and used no-no brackets and drapery pins to hang sheers and blackout curtains. This is a perfect solution if you're renting and you want to hang curtains but can't make holes to put up a curtain rod. After finishing all of these projects, I got this crazy idea to paint the back wall black. Now, when I told you about this, not all of you were on board, but I still wanted to give it a try. And I decided to go with color option number 1. Now, I'm a renter, so I wasn't really looking forward to painting this wall black and then having to paint it white again before I move out. So I tried to come up with some ideas on how I could make this feature wall without painting the wall. So one of the things I thought about was using temporary removable paintable wallpaper. If you remember, I used that in my kitchen when I first moved into my LA apartment. It worked really well and I was really happy with the end result, but it was very finicky to install. It's not that easy to reposition when you're trying to line up each strip of wallpaper. What I like the most about using this product is that I was able to paint the wall whatever color I wanted. It's been 6 years since I installed it, so I recently took some off to see if the wall would be okay. There's one area that I hadn't quite finished with the temporary wallpaper behind the fridge, so that's where I did my test. I was happy to see that the wallpaper removed cleanly off the wall and didn't damage it at all. But I did have to pull rather hard to take it off, and it kept breaking off in smaller pieces, which was really annoying. Using a hairdryer to soften the adhesive helped, but I have a feeling it's going to be time-consuming to remove all of it. Now, one thing that's different between my kitchen and bedroom is the paint finish. My kitchen has a glossy finish while my walls in the bedroom have a matte finish. And this wallpaper, unfortunately, is best suited for eggshell, satin, or semi-gloss paint finishes. I had to come up with another way of making my wall black without painting it. I didn't really know how I was going to do it. And when I'm looking for inspiration, sometimes what I do is I just go to the hardware store and wander around the aisles and see if I can find some materials or some inspiration somewhere. And when I was doing that one day, I came across this cardboard that you use to protect floors during construction. It's called RAM board, and it has this spill guard technology that protects it against water and paint. So reading that made me think that I could probably paint this cardboard without damaging it. I did a test with regular latex paint with primer, and I was happy to see that my hunch was right and the cardboard took the paint really well. After leaving it to dry overnight, it still looked great, but I did find evidence that someone, who shall remain nameless, decided to get a closer look. Luckily, I had to do a second coat of paint anyways, so that took care of erasing all the paw prints. The painted cardboard looked really good after 2 coats, and it really had a nice texture to it. But it did get a slight curve along the edges. Because of that curve, I didn't think that butting the cardboard panels right next to each other would look good. So after doing some quick math, I decided on doing 5 24-inch panels with a 3-inch gap in between. The plan was to use contact paper strips, stick that to the wall, and then stick the cardboard to the contact paper with double-sided tape. I looked online to see if I could find something that would work, and I found this black adhesive film with a matte finish that is both removable and safe for walls. I did a test to make sure, and it came off easily without damaging the walls or leaving any residue. So after doing that, I decided to give my crazy idea a try. Cutting this material was really easy, especially with lines already marked on the back of the cardboard. Turns out that there was a line exactly at the 24-inch mark. So that saved me some time by not having to actually mark out that line. I started by installing the contact paper strips, which I cut to be 5 inches wide to leave enough room on either side to secure the cardboard to. This way, the only thing touching the wall would be the contact paper. I did a lot of measuring to make sure that the strips were evenly spaced out, and the contact paper was a lot easier to handle than the temporary wallpaper. A lot less sticky and much more forgiving if you had to move it and reposition it. I decided to leave my headboard there and work around it, but it probably would have been a better idea to take it off so that I wouldn't have a white wall section where the headboard is. Guess I'll be keeping that headboard for a while. I had some removable double-sided carpet tape, which I thought would work well to attach the cardboard to the contact paper. I did have to cut it in half for the strips that would go on the sides, so that was really messy with scissors, and I had to switch to using an X-Acto knife. For the first panel, I decided to put the double-sided tape on the contact paper. The trickiest part of installing the panel was to make sure that it was perfectly straight. So for the first panel, I used a cardboard guide to make sure that I had the right spacing and that it was straight. Before moving on to the other panels, I wanted to see if this double-sided tape that I chose worked well. And after leaving it overnight, the edges started coming off the walls. So that told me that the tape wasn't strong enough to hold down the cardboard. So I had to go back to the drawing board and try another double-sided tape. This time I used one that I got on Amazon that is a removable tape, but has a much stronger adhesive property to it. And this time I put the tape on the back of the cardboard first. And I removed the backing on the tape section by section as I went along, securing the panel to the wall. That worked really well, and all the edges stayed nice and flat against the wall. So I used this same method for all the other panels. I'll have links in the description below to all the materials that I use for this project. In comparison to temporary wallpaper, I would say that this type of wall treatment was about the same level of difficulty in installation, but it will be a lot easier and quicker to remove when I move out. Plus, unlike the temporary wallpaper, which, as you saw before from the kitchen, once you take it off, you have to throw it out. You can't reuse it. Versus these cardboard panels, which could definitely be reused for something else, even if it's just to protect the floors when I move out. Simply painting the wall would probably have been faster, but given that I'm a renter and I would have to repaint the wall white when I move out, I would rather spend a little bit more time up front to make my life easier when it's time to move out. I haven't tested this idea yet, but I'm also thinking I could possibly glue traditional wallpaper to the cardboard. Or if I wanted to change the color of the wall to something else, I could probably paint both the cardboard and the contact paper a different color. Lots of possibilities with this wall treatment, and I really think it's a great option for renters that aren't allowed to paint. With this, you can experiment with bold colors and not have to worry about not getting your deposit back. When I started off on this project, I had no idea how it would turn out and if it would work. And not only did it work, but it exceeded my expectations. I'm blown away with how cardboard and contact paper can create such a beautiful and elegant wall finish. I love the subtle stripe effect created by the matte paint and the shine of the contact paper, and how the cardboard adds texture and depth to an otherwise plain wall. I like the white wall with the darker bedding, but the black wall with the white bedding combo really makes all the wood furniture stand out a lot more, especially the side table that I made. Now you can really see its shape and how sculptural it looks. The black wall completely changed the look and feel of this room. Now it's much more dramatic and luxurious, a lot more like a boutique hotel, which is what I wanted. But I'm curious what you guys think, so let me know in the comments which look you prefer. I hope you've enjoyed this project, especially if you're a renter and want to add some color to your home and can't paint. And if you're looking for more inspiration and renter-friendly ideas for your home, you can watch this video here where I show you how to upgrade lighting with smart LED bulbs. Or you can watch this playlist here, which has all my favorite ways to decorate a rental apartment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.